Hi guys, Yuketsu here, and today we are going to talk about settings and options in Path of Exile. What's the best performance, or just other things like showing health bars, etc. Because if you start the game for the first time, there are some default settings that aren't very good. So let's go through them all. I think by default you can press O, and that opens your options down there. O for options makes sense. So, graphics. Unless you have more than one graphics card, just put the one in you want to. Mode. Of course, if you want or need to play in windowed mode, you can do that. If you want the best performance, you go for full screen. But if you, especially on League Start, want to tab out a lot or use Awakened PoE Trade, you need to go for windowed full screen. Yeah, so performance, full screen, and utility, windowed full screen. Resolution, just set whatever you want. Renderer, I think the default is DirectX 11, and I think it's very good. It's my best performance. Yeah, currently in the hideout, sitting on...
I can't do this just yet.
Yeah, exactly. What do we have? 70... something like 70 plus FPS. Then we go to the rest. Again, I just have mostly everything for performance. I don't really care how stuff looks. VSync is off for me. I think it's terrible to have VSync on in general. So yeah. Yeah, I have that off. Triple buffering disabled. Foreground and background FPS for me is 140. Depending on whatever your monitor refresh rate is, that's what you set it on. Anti-A, I have it off. Lighting, the lowest we can go. GGG does not allow us to disable the shadows. Shadow quality, low for me. Sun shadow quality, low. Number of lightings, low. Bloom, low, because the option would be this. Yeah, it looks very fancy, but no thanks. So we go as low as we can. Depth of field, disabled. Water detail, low. Texture quality. In this case, I went for high, because some things actually look very potato, so that's kind of the one thing I have higher. Texture filtering, for me it's trilinear, the lowest one. Graph details, I kind of want to see what's going on all the time. You can change it to only the primary graph here, or none at all if you want this, but this way it's very easy to see your latency when you get spikes and stuff, so in my opinion that's very good. Show the bars, we do this. Transparency, that's fine for me, it doesn't matter. Dynamic culling, what does that do? When enabled, the game will try to stay above the target frame rate by removing non-essential particles. I have that enabled, I think it's a good performance boost. Dynamic resolution, up for me, and target frame rate is try to hit 60 if you can. Engine multi-threading, in this case for me, it's enabled. Game, networking mode, lockstep. You need to change this in the login screen. If you think you're rubber banding or you're being out of sync, that's the reason you have it on a different setting than lockstep. Item filter, I have a video on how to install one, so check that out. It's in the playlist here as well. Hide filtered ground items, very big deal. If you have a loot filter and you have a couple of items not showing because they're trash, they don't even show as items on the ground, so that's a big performance increase as well. Key pickup disabled, in my case. Corpse targeting, you can definitely enable it as well, but I think you binding it on a key is better. It's pretty much only used for summoners anyways, so it doesn't really matter. In this case here, default item allocation permanent for me for now, so people in parties cannot snag your items. Default level downscaling, that's just if you want to play with friends or, you know. UI. Language, you set it up whatever you want. Chat language as well. Enable quest tracking. For newer players, I definitely recommend you guys have this on, but it annoys me. And you can always just press U and go to the area you want, and then you check where you are missing quests. What else do we have? Show the clock. That's down here. I think that's very good. Centered UI, that doesn't apply for me. Confine window to mouse. That makes no sense. Hold on. That makes no sense if you want to have it on window full screen, because then you can, yeah, leave with your mouse on the screen. Mouse wheel zoom. Honestly, I mean, if you want to zoom in with the mouse to check out stuff, go ahead. But yeah, I don't think if I ever zoom on purpose, besides in videos I make here, so I don't need this. This is actually something I just updated right now. Hide log and email. Sure, you can, but unless you stream or share your screen, it doesn't matter. Map. Show corner map. Obviously, you want this one. Auto center the map. So when you open and close it like this, and then you move it somewhere else, and you just boom, boom, go again, it's in the middle again. So in my opinion, that's good. Landscape transparency and map transparency. Play around with this, but I think settings like this, let's say this is like 25%, the first bar, and the second one is all the way. Yeah, I think that's good, but you can play around with it. Show ally names on your map. I think that's good. Have that on. Hide map overlay mods. Yeah, I have that on as well. Incursion ultimatum effect. I think it's very annoying to have that blur. Screen shake, very annoying. Have that off. Camera rotation effect. I actually like that one, but there is an arena and that might make you, if you're getting nauseated or feel nauseated by certain camera rotation effects, just turn it off. If you already know that from other games, yeah, you're not feeling good. Always show sockets, in my opinion. Yes, it's a no-brainer for me. It's weird to not see that. I mean, if you're not changing anything, go ahead, but I just like how it looks. I like it. Socket notches. That's either a preferred thing, if you want it or not, or you have problems seeing this because you're colorblind in some way, then you selecting the different ones here will change depending on the color. So red has those spiky ones, blue has the swirly ones, and green has only 4 like solid looking ones. I like the small notches. They're fine. You can use those too. Showing them as well. Red being bottom left, blue being top, and Dex being on the bottom right. Just they're basically pointing where they are originated on the skill tree. That's pretty clever. Didn't notice that. Show full descriptions, very important in my opinion. Hide remove only tabs. You can always just change the setting. That's for advanced later, but you can always do this very easily in your stash. Support gem utility pop-up. That's kind of cool, because if you check out some support gems, then it will instantly show you, can I support this with XYZ on the skill. It's pretty cool. Very nifty tool that they added that. Gameplay. Show life and mana levels. Checked on. Hide life and mana reservation. Honestly, doesn't matter. If you want to see your mana being full even though you're reserved mana, go ahead. It's a preferred thing. I like it this way. Show flask buffs. In my opinion, very important. Show aura icons, checked on as well. Show mini life bars on allies, checked. On enemies, checked. Above you. It's a preferred thing, but it's a lot easier to check this than always go with your mouse, with your eyes very far away from the action. So I'm having this on. Show monster resistance icons, in my opinion, very important. So keep that on. Always highlight. Yes, but you can just toggle this with Z. So just have it on. Cursor. You get some free different cursors if you feel like it. You can change the cursor size. I'm using YOLO mouse from Steam because I prefer them way more than the ones in the game, because it doesn't feel like I'm really, I don't know, they're not sharp enough. I don't like this one. Know what I mean? This one feels more precise. But those are free, but you can also buy more in the shop. Enable hover cursor. I don't know what that is, honestly. I just have it like this. Enable clicked cursor. I think that's a very annoying feature, but you can try it out. I have it off. Show global chat. You can just wait. You can just press enter, and then just by clicking those tabs right here, you enable or disable them anyways. So it's way faster anyways. Yeah. Show timestamps in chat. I think that's very important. Have that on. Global chat, trade chat, guild chat. Again, you decide this somewhere else. Output dialogue to chat. Yeah, I would add this as well. It could be kind of nice if some NPCs say stuff and you didn't understand it. Chat font size normal, depending on what you like. I like it this way. And then chat box width and height. It's up to what you prefer, but I don't want the chat box to be so big. Sound. You just select whatever you have here. Channel count. I tried low because I thought I'll have better performance, but the sound is going to be very cut off and janky, especially if you're choosing Delirium and stuff like that soon. So I have it on high, but I think it eats more performance. Obviously the volume levels, you set it up to whatever you want. Item filter, alert volume, make sure it's not 0. You set it to whatever you want. Reverb enabled. I think that just means once background music's done, it goes again, I think. I'm not sure. Mute when in the background, that's up to you. Disable gameplay event voices. I have that off. Input. You can play with gamepad as well. And here, set to whatever you want it to be. You'll figure out, yeah, if you want to change some hotkeys or not. Later, it might be important to change a couple things. For example, I don't have any for those here, and it's fine. I don't need those. Notifications. I think it's very annoying to constantly see. I think it pops up here if people log in or out, especially on League Start, if other people do it like me and they log out instead of using a portal scroll. So the only thing I have activated here is friend request, party invite, party member invited, and then down there, trade request, achievement complete, achievement item complete, PP duel challenge. Oh, okay, this almost never happens. League event, best recipe, and reward notifications. Those are all the settings in game. Yep. See you in the next video.